gotta edit. Yeah, every breath that I take, it just makes me feel like I'm gonna become more and more awake. In fact, do I even have to step on the brakes when I go through the intersection of life? No. Maybe you need to watch, or maybe I need to listen. Maybe we both need to just merge our energies and start feeling risen. And so we can get back into the state of love and just rinse all of this negative energy that we didn't even know where it came from because it didn't come from us. It's not just a place that I go. It's just not a state that I flow. When I look at you guys, that I know that nothing belongs to me except it's the whole universe. In fact, if it's the whole universe in one, yeah. Creativity on the rise. Creativity doing this from a state of I, Captain Nemo, 2,000 leagues under the sea. But really, what is that I never even got to be? Because I couldn't even imagine those things. But I have concepts in my head because every time that I breathe in and I breathe out, I know that there's no way to be lost like this. There's no way to do anything but shout. I'm just a scout. But what am I scouting for and what am I investigating with? I'm trying to find if people want to take you down or maybe actually want to find a way to give but maybe don't know how. Why do I feel like this is the wrong lane? Even though it tells me to get in this lane. No. And every time that I take a breath and I take a step back, I know that what's coming next is going to be better than what came before, because what comes before isn't who we are, and potential isn't lost back then. It's something we create from the now, so even now is better than then because you surpassed that and you lived. And that's the beginning of the challenge, the beginning of the course, the beginning of me, knowing that I'm not anything but this porridge that I pour out. With that Papa Bear, that little baby, and the little lady too, who was like, hey, it's perfect, and the rest of them, like Goldilocks, was like, no, dude, I don't like any of that food. Give me that sugar cake, give me the release, give me you right here on the fleek. So I know that maybe I should just cook them beets, so maybe I should soak them in some pickle juice or whatever it is. But really, what I want you to know is that I want you to know is that what I want you to know is that every single time that I see your face, whoever you are out on the street that looks at me, I'm filled with bars for you, because when I look at you all in the eyes, I see stars. Really miracles. Really, you might think that this is hysterical, but really inside of me I feel clerical to the point where I'm hysterical, and what I really want to put out in this world is healing. But what kind of Reiki is that? Is this a Reiki attack? Is this Reiki giving back? It's like Ricky Morrow, invisible, that you can't even see, and shrouded in smoke. And if you tap into that, then tap into this, because it wasn't a joke. Yo, that's the character I played the most, except for chopping down wood. Oh, except for chopping down wood. And if you know what that means, tap in. Fell flat on your face right there, didn't you guys? Well, we'll set this up better next time. This is my jam. Is it? Is this my jam? It's not my jam, it's someone else's jam. It's everybody's jam. Click, click. Click, click. Never wanna feel sick, sick. Click, click. Yo, you tell me that loving can hurt. But what kind of loving is that instead? Is it not the unconditional kind that you never actually had? Because boys, I'll come, if you collab with this, I'll teach you what you taught me, and that is to come through, to never stop, to just keep going, to just keep flowing, to sit there and know that you don't even have to be knowing to do the things that you want. You can just be buoyancy, like floating on the ocean, and knowing that the waves are going to change your emotions, and it's sometimes going to feel like you're in a state of commotion, but really I know I just want to go click, click, so you can see me, because what I really want to do is see you, and what I really want to do is come through to you, dude. So sit there and sit there and feel stuck in a crew and you don't even know how to get out. And I'm talking about them games, and maybe that's not even a shame, but right now I know that's the name that I want to play, so everybody else can see, yo. And Every time I put you in my pocket, I can feel the Wi-Fi throbbing straight into my organs and telling me, man, you're gonna be forsaking yourself in a discordant place of concordance, and I know that I'm right here, and it's not even gonna be irate in the last days. And I see the cows on the side of the street. Hopefully they won't end up as meat, and if they do, hey, I'd rather them end up inside of me, but really, no, maybe I want them to end up in Goku. Haha, if you understood what that means, come through. Because some of us can just eat way too much and not gain any weight. And I'm one of those dudes, so I gotta eat a lot. But sometimes I did, and maybe that was the gluttonous part of me that I clicked into the state of, no, don't do that anymore. In fact, now I'm on some sort of diet, but really, is it a diet if I chose? No, it's not really. I don't even want to do it for anything like that to lose weight. I need to do it to live. But it's not to live or have a long life, it's to live so I can give along the ride, and so everybody else can see there's probably little spits and droplets from my mouth spit out as I rap. Because do other people do that when they scat real fast and when they scat real hard? There's people like DMX do that when he drops bars. I don't even know. Click. Just want you to know that this flow, that this love inside of me isn't even a bit for show, because there's no one even watching, and the people that are watching are actually coming up with some sort of concoction to change the universe the way that I've seen it inside of me. The vision that I gave me was the vision that was inside of me all along. It wasn't a vision of something that I didn't know. It was a vision of something that was bestowed, because inside of me is an unconditional love knowing, the kind of that's not 50% like a G.I. Joe, or the fact that I have to be in or out of some sort of saddle, especially one that's judged. And if you know if you listen to this, then you know who you are when you said those things. I know you said those things because you listened to my bars. But you're just one of many that I'll turn into stars, because as I'm on the rise, so is my friend on the side, and so is my friend on the other. And we're all gonna rise so high in the sky that you won't even know what a star looks like anymore, especially the dead ones that are coming from afar that you can't even see anymore, like me. As my body on this world is actually just a reflection of the beginning of space and time. And as I let go, the metaphysics inside of me will fly high. And when I fly high enough, you're going to decide to bind your mind to light instead of dark. And when you do that, you'll understand the contrast was never meant to be there. And this spark will spark you all into the place of peace for an arc that will fit all of the universe inside of, instead of just two by two and two by two and two and just a family of dudes. We're not just all croutons of part of a salad. We're all interconnected and needed for this world peace to come in. I just need you to see it. All of a sudden I got itchy. And I'm never itchy. Is it really chasing if I'm actually sitting on my butt and I'm stepping on the brakes and never getting closer to the dude in front of me, but keeping the exact same distance? In fact, I don't want to pressure anybody into peace. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But when you add a little thing that's a little bit sweet, almost everything in the world or the universe actually wants a part of that. But when you've had enough sweet, maybe you want to taste the salt, but it's not about the contrast, it's just about a difference in that. They're both beautiful in the state of that, but that's not the same thing as light or dark or evil or good. Those things don't need to exist in the same universe. And if you concur, tap in. I can't just do this for the rest of your life, but I can do it for the rest of mine, and maybe mine will last until the end of what we would ever call divine, because as the divine merges with what we have on this earth, what does that make us, in fact? And if divinity is everything, then everything is one, and if everything is one, then maybe we're all none, and if we're all none, then what is the point? Well, the point is love. It's right on the tip. It's right on the tip. And everywhere you look is actually the tip if you look at it from the right direction. As I sit there and take the good angle so everybody understands that they don't need to get mangled by getting too close and running into the wall, or looking only so far so you step on the nail. Look exactly straight in the narrow path in the center, and the center is light. And the center is what's right, no matter who's there to witness that. And in the end, I'm going to give so much back. And I've received so much that I don't even know how to define lack. And it's other people that actually project that. And so when I look at that, I know where my life will be in the future of humanity. It'll be in a state of peace. One state for all. Yeah, but I don't even have any more time to waste. In fact, I don't even have any more time to hate. Every single part of me that has ever felt misplaced, I know that I'm never going to sit here in a state of irate, but really, state by state, I travel and I see that in other people's timelines that I just actually know that this glow is not a glowing up, but it's an expansion. It's an expansion of a mansion so big that everybody else's homes can just come and sit and join inside of mine and know that every road leads to Rome, but not Jerome or Jerem or anything like that, or that I'm some sort of theorem, because I'm not. I'm just a reflection of the theorem that I see in everybody else's thought processes. I know that I'm doing this for hip-hop, but not even for that. I'm doing it for the blood clots that are stuck in everybody else's heads and minds, where they can't find a place to live in this world, and the universe is unfurling around them and letting them feel like, man, time is passing me by. But in my mind's eye, I see that you all rise, and I know that right now that this isn't the last of your lives, and I know that if you want to keep going on the show, but the show isn't just like my life is a movie, because my movie is projected by everybody else that's passing me by in these cars that may actually be chasing, but that's not me. I can't chase the cars, but I can tell them that whoever's inside of them are stars, and the artwork that is enrapturing them and capturing them, that is their car for some of them. Like mine, it speaks to me, and so do the walls, and so does the night, and so does your brother at night, named Night, in the sky. One more. What's next? Oh, this is my jam. You say everything's your jam. Well, I like jam, leave me alone. Yeah, and I fight the voices inside of me that change the interstellar part of me that make the wrong choices. And yeah, I know that there's actually a wrong or a right, so that means some things aren't even perfect in that sense of time. But when I release that sense of time and the judgment of those things that I intertwine with my mind, I understand that it's a knowing. And when I get to that state of knowing, then I can just keep going in this flow, and it's got a purpose. And when I say that this is rap, maybe some will call it poetry, but I know that inside of me, I know it. And I bestow it. For all of you out there that sit there and don't know how to show it, just keep doing what you're doing, but find a way to make it purposeful. And if you can't, switch the lane and get out of that lane and put a stain in your brain in some other way. But don't do it with my words. You can listen to my advice or my opinion, but make your own choice. Let it reflect off of every side of the inside of your core and be like, man, I have my own voice. And get up, stand tall, and shake it off and bounce off the walls if that's what you need to do, or strum that guitar, or drop all those bars, or sit there with the beats and do whatever you need. Draw me a picture, whatever it is, man. I want you to all to feel like I understand, because I do. But what I want doesn't matter. What I want is for you to be you, and for me to be me, and for us all to feel unique, and not actually we're copying anything, because we're not. Like this 53-foot box right on the side of me that says Iowa City, but you don't know if you were Noah and you had that arc, then you'd be like, oh my God, look at those big waves, they're gonna make us flow. Yeah, and I'll say it again, Mike Love, if you need somebody to leave, come through, but don't just come through to me. I got a whole entire crew of Care Bears for you to see. Even if that crew of Care Bears doesn't even know a thing about me, other than that I like to rap to beats, or like to say this poetry, or whatever it is that I want to show to this world before I step into the next lane and change the whole world's brains. When I create inventions for everybody to be like, oh my gosh, that could have existed, why didn't I think of that? Well, I'm telling you right now, because it's just like when you ask me, what do you know about creating peace that Elon Musk doesn't know? I know my middle name, but I won't say it, because then he might find this and know it. But maybe I'll apply for a job and then he'll know it. But that's a different thing, because this is the state of time that I'm speaking in. And when I speak in that one, you'll have to see another thing from me, because every second of release, I find myself in a different beat. It's in my heart, my mind, and it changes. And that's why I don't have it in me to write and rap the same things over and over, even if I might put on a show someday just for a few of those 4-leaf clovers. That I see actually that will take off a pedal from them and give it to me or to someone else in need. Because that's what I've done with mine, 100-leaf clover, but now I'm just one of many leaves that I've spread out to the lands across the whole world. When I used to do Uber, or when I meet the people in the restaurant or their house, and they make me feel good, so I make them laughter come out, and they tell me that the laughter of the world is flowers. Okay, then I would like a flower for once, instead of to just give them all out to everyone else that would succumb to things like the lack of love. Understand that I didn't just believe, but I know, and that I don't know anything else but that. I just know how to love, and anything else will just be I'll look at it like it was a show. And maybe I'm an actor at heart, or an actress from another life or another part of space and time. I really want to rap about metaphysics, but where is that dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson, come through? Because I want to talk to you about some certain things. In fact, I have some ideas that I think that you'd like, that I think you could help me bring to fruition, to help me create this mission of peace. I gotta go.